And happy Global Entrepreneurship Week. So this week, West Valley College is actively engaged in celebrating global entrepreneurship, and we are so delighted to be partnering with the Startup Cup for tonight's award celebration and the announcement of the winners in the competition. Of course, they're all winners. They've done an amazing job of going through a very important process of coaching and mentoring and fine-tuning their pitches. Here at West Valley College, we would like to be the go-to place for all of the community's entrepreneurial needs. We have an entrepreneurship center, an entrepreneur in residence. Our entrepreneur in residence is Lale Yurt-7. And we have many resources available, ranging from certificates, courses, and other opportunities in mentoring and meetup groups to facilitate the needs of the aspiring entrepreneurs. So we're delighted to have you here. Please relax and enjoy the evening. I'm going to be introducing our next speaker, John Robinson, who is the manager of entrepreneurship programs at the Kaufman Foundation. And in this capacity, John is doing the outreach for aspiring entrepreneurs and also entrepreneurship at community colleges. He's also working with veterans groups, and in addition, he's working to reach underserved communities. Kaufman Foundation is a premier organization for entrepreneurship in the United States, and we are very honored that John is here with us tonight. Please give a hand for John.
Thank you, Heidi. I basically invited myself to this evening's proceedings. I was lucky enough to speak last year, and I decided that I would do it again. And so I told Heidi that I'd be in town and that I wanted to take some time. I'm going to be very brief. I'm really excited to be back here. This is probably my third or fourth time on campus. I'm trying to get out of the way of this blinding light, but I think it follows me. You know what? All right, that's better. It's great to be back at West Valley. Every time I say that, though, I think of these politicians who are doing their campaign trips and they get on the stage and say, "It's great to be back in San Diego." Anyway, no, I'm glad to be here. I have a couple of different roles and responsibilities at Kaufman, one of which is to work with community colleges as a resource to entrepreneurs. We like to say that community colleges can be a front door for entrepreneurship, and as Heidi mentioned, that's really a commitment that West Valley has made to this community. And we're very supportive of them in that effort. And she also mentioned that this is Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is very exciting for us at Kaufman. We started Global Entrepreneurship Week with actually it was the government of the Gordon Brown's administration in the UK about 6 years ago. And it's for the foundation of entrepreneurship, which is our tagline. Global Entrepreneurship Week is kind of like Christmas for Santa. It's great fun, but between me and my colleagues, we're combining, I think, to be in 15 countries this week and about twice as many states. So I'm a little confused about what time zone I'm in right now. But Global Entrepreneurship Week has become a real movement. It's in 140 countries this year. The most recent additions to that roster include Moldova, Greenland, and Somalia. So you're in great company. And it's important, I think, to mention that because entrepreneurship spans political boundaries, it spans regulatory boundaries, cultural, religious boundaries. I think you'll find, I certainly have in my experience, but you'll find entrepreneurs more willing than almost anybody else to extend a hand to other entrepreneurs. And so the fact that we are together, all of us, you entrepreneurs in the room and those of us who are in the business of supporting entrepreneurs, the fact that we are all in a global community together is very, very important. If you as an entrepreneur go to Karachi or to Cairo or to Cincinnati or any of these places, you will find somebody there to collaborate with you. I guarantee it. So that's what Global Entrepreneurship Week is all about. It's about inspiring entrepreneurs. It's about providing information to entrepreneurs for how to get started, how to be more successful. And I urge you to take advantage of certainly Startup Cup, which is a terrific partner for GW in its second year, I think, as an official blessed GW event. And it's all over the world as well. But there are GW events going on in hundreds of communities around the world, and it's not just about the week. It's about what goes on all year round, and this is the one week though where we get to kind of pay a close attention to all the tremendous activity that's already going on every day, every week, every month in your communities. So that's what GW is about. I have very little time to talk, so I'm just going to be going to cut to the chase here. To the entrepreneurs in the room, I want to say just two very quick things. One, this is your home. West Valley College is where you should come to find all of the resources, the support, the coaching, the education, the training resources that you need. They already have tremendous value, I think, here to the entrepreneur through the great work of Heidi and Cooney and the rest of the team. And we're only really just getting started. They're only just getting started, and we want to work with them. Kaufman wants to work with them to really take that value proposition to the entrepreneur to even greater heights. So my message, number one, is just be here, come on campus, expect more from your college, from your community college. Constantly be asking them for more. They need to learn from you. They need to hear from you. So tell them what you need, and they will provide it. The other thing I want to say is I get this question all the time at Kaufman. They ask us what kinds of businesses we're for, what kinds of businesses we support. Are we only interested in the high growth, the technology-based enterprise? Are we only interested in the next Facebook or the next Bill Gates if we're focusing on the jockey, not the horse? And certainly we are interested in finding and supporting the next Bill Gates or the next Zuckerberg, or the next Facebook, or the next Intuit, or whatever the companies are that are around here. That's absolutely true. We do want to find great high growth companies that are going to create value in a community, that are going to become great employers. But we want entrepreneurship in all shapes and sizes. We're very fortunate at Kaufman to have our founder, Mr. Kaufman, Ewing Kaufman, is deceased now, has been for about 20 years, but we have something like 25 hours of recorded footage of him talking about entrepreneurship and what he intended us, the Kaufman Foundation, to do with his $2.5 billion that he gave us to play with. And we're very fortunate to have that, and we also, constantly, his quotes are all over the foundation. We're constantly referring back to his intent. And so when my response to when I get this question, what kind of businesses we're interested in, is to really just quote Mr. Kaufman. So I'll do that now and then explain just very briefly what I mean. He said, "You should not choose to be a common company. It's your right to be uncommon if you can, to seek opportunity to compete, to desire to take the calculated risk, to dream, to build, yes, even to fail, and to succeed." And I think, what he didn't say anywhere there or in any of the other footage that I've seen of Mr. K, he doesn't talk about small business. He doesn't talk about innovative business, high growth business, scaled business. He just talks about business. So to the entrepreneurs again in the room, don't call yourself a small business, because putting that label on yourself constrains your ambitions, cuts yourself off from what you might become. If you want to just be a micro enterprise, then fine, but just call yourself a business and wait and see what happens. Don't call yourself a small business, just be an uncommon business. And that's really, I think, the most important thing that you could that I can tell you tonight. Really excited, Startup Cup. It's my second time here. It's going to be a really terrific evening, and thank you for letting me jabber on for a couple minutes. It's great to see you all. Thanks.
I like that. The community college is front door to entrepreneurship. I think that really is a fitting title, and it's one that we'd like to capture as our identity and also as we progress through tonight's events. So the next individual who I'd like to introduce is very important, very essential. Her name is Kristin Bergman, and she is the founding member and advisor of the Startup Cup. Kristin graduated from San Jose State University with a degree in public relations and began her career in advertising, working for many small and large marketing and advertising firms in Northern and Southern California. Kristin is a certified coach for the Action Coaching Team and has traveled extensively throughout the world training entrepreneurs and mentors, and was the co-creator of the San Jose Leadership Academy. A professionally trained chef, Kristin loves to entertain and test unusual ingredients on the unsuspecting. That's interesting. And Kristin recently relocated from Tulsa, Oklahoma, back to her hometown of San Jose. So we're delighted to have her back. Thank you very much, Kristin. If you could please take the microphone.
I'm going to try not to blind myself because I'm also in charge of starting the videotape of the founder of Startup Cup, who has been my partner for the last 15 years. So again, my name is Kristin Bergman. I am a founding member of Startup Cup, and Startup Cup, for those of you who don't know, is a global network of business model competitions. We have 61 cups in 47 countries right now. And we offer Startup Cup at absolutely no cost to anyone in a community who wants to start one. And it is a very heartfelt thing for both Sean and myself to be able to offer up this program that helps really urge entrepreneurs from all over the world to start businesses, whether, like Jonathan said, they are micro or macro. It doesn't matter. Every business starts a small business, and it's our job as entrepreneurial champions, and a lot of you in the room are entrepreneurial champions, to get out there and support. So it takes a village to do this. So entrepreneurs, I want you to know that this is not an easy path. I think you probably already know that. But I want to thank our mentors and coaches and judges, because without them supporting the efforts of the entrepreneurs, this would be a whole lot harder. So thank you all, mentors, judges, coaches, and Alice Benton for organizing, because this really takes a lot of effort to get this going. So the Silicon Valley Startup Cup was the third Startup Cup that we had outside of Tulsa. And so 2 years ago, this actual competition started off here as Santa Clara County Startup Cup, and then evolved into Silicon Valley. And you know, one of the things we don't want to forget is that Silicon Valley is all about high tech. Everybody all over the world that we meet wants to be the next Silicon Valley. But the reality is that Silicon Valley is unique unto itself. But there are a lot of people that have competed in this competition, and there are a lot of people out there who are not building high tech companies. There are a lot of people who are building the companies that create the backbones of our local communities that may not ever employ more than 20 people. And so I want you to keep that in mind. It's really important to buy local. it's also really important to remember that Silicon Valley is not only about high technology. Actually, I think only one of the competitors in this competition in the top 7 is legitimately 100% high-tech focused. So that is a testimony to that there are other businesses and other opportunities around. We are working on a Silicon Valley immersion tour in February for the winners of the Egyptian, the Cairo Startup Cup. It was moved because of, you guys might have heard about a little bit of a revolution that's been going on there. So they will be coming in February, and so we will be doing something here at West Valley College, and I encourage all of you to join us. We will make sure that Heidi and team know what's happening, and they will be here for 3 weeks, which is really awesome. So I will be helping put that immersion tour together, as well as Alice. And the other thing is that the World Startup Cup, which Sean's going to talk a little bit more about on the video, will be held on March 5th and 6th in Yerevan, Armenia. And so the winner from tonight is going to receive a very special opportunity to be able to compete in the World Startup Cup in Yerevan, Armenia in March. So with that, I'm going to introduce Sean Griffin.